much for you both joining me. I appreciate it. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so before I get started, I just wanted to have it on the record, your names and your official titles, if you could.
Absolutely. I am Tempest Halstead. I'm the festival producer, and yeah.
I'm Lindsay Taylor, and I'm the producer of Winter MiniFest.
Okay. And can I ask, is this your first time in your new role? So as producer from being what you were before?
It is my first year. Yeah. So I was associate producer and then theater producer. And then this is the first time I'm festival producer this year.
Okay, I see. And then you went from Lindsay from director?
Yeah, I've actually stepped down from my role, but I stayed on to assist with this opening. So that's why I'm producer now.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, just making sure, just wanted to like get the titles right because I know.
Oh yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Is Genevieve joining?
At 4:30. She's
okay.
Yeah, she said she wanted to do it separate because I'm talking to you ladies about specifically the Winter Mini Fringe and then her about the art space, correct?
Great. Okay,
yeah. That sounds perfect. Cool. So my first question, obviously, as the name suggests, Winter Mini Fringe, it's the abbreviation of the bigger fringe that we all kind of jones for and wait for come, summertime. So can you tell me about what's the process behind how you pick the shows that you have for a Winter Mini Fringe?
Sure. In comparison to our May Festival is run by a lottery system. Winter MiniFest is a curated festival. So the artists who are interested in participating fill out an application, just kind of like list all the information they can about their shows, like they can put video links, etc. And then I curated the festival based off of those applications.
Okay, nice. And so there's a mixture of new and old, am I correct?
Yeah, there's a lot of shows that were in the festival before who were either popular or had a lot of buzz, or maybe a show that had like a limited run and it wasn't seen by a lot of people but had a lot of buzz. And then there are some shows that have never been to Orlando Fringe before, and we're really excited to bring those artists to these audiences for the first time.
Awesome. And can you guys tell me a little bit about all of these different offerings, all of these different productions coming for Winter Mini Fringe?
Sure. We have a wide range. We have everything from dance and burlesque to mentalism to stand-up to
musicals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, truly everything. And that's kind of the intention of the curation of it, is to make sure there's a wide variety of shows. So there really is something for everybody.
Sure. And do you feel like what is the goal of Winter Mini Fringe? Does it help introduce people to what Fringe is? Like you were saying, it's a curation of kind of everything, or is it just, here's some fun, let's see some fun performances, or is it kind of both?
Yeah, I think there's definitely like a come on out and see these great fun shows by the artists you know and love. But I also think there's an intention, the way I curated it, which was to build a festival of where our festival wants to be, especially in terms of inclusion and accessibility. It's our opportunity to curate those shows that may not get in with the lottery, because the lottery is a chance, but this isn't a chance. It's intentional programming to introduce audiences to shows they may not have been introduced to before.
Sure. Yeah. And obviously it's going to be in the new space. So can you talk to me a little bit about that and what artists and also patrons can expect from that?
Yeah, I think it's a really amazing space that we are able to offer these artists. And I think that they can definitely see what we've done with the space and how we've made it our home. And I think you'll have to check back on the 11th to, take the sneak peek, but you can anticipate it being Fringe. Like it's still Fringe, but it's more.
Yeah.
And it was nice because we had the luxury of it's our space. So, where normally we'd be up against a clock trying to get everything ready on time. It was kind of nice to be like, okay, this is our space. We're not renting it. So there's that value as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are there any other because obviously it's like in the heart of downtown, like any other benefits to having a space, specifically where it is on Church Street?
I think first off, that's where Fringe started, was on Church Street. Yeah. So I think for our diehard Fringe fans, it's fun to be back in that area of town and just kind of like building off of those memories. And I think also a lot of people, there's no theater besides Dr. Phillips Center, like in the general area. So it's kind of like a nice space to bring people to see the, eat the different food and see the different atmosphere and all of that.
Sure. And logistically speaking, there's always, people always talk about parking when it comes to Fringe. So what can people expect? I saw, there was a Sunrail collaboration also going on. So how can people get there? And then what can they do once they arrive?
Sure. Thursdays and Fridays, you definitely use the Sunrail. The Sunrail actually does go pretty late. So we try to adjust our programming the best we could based off of the Sunrail for those nights.
And there's also free parking on meters past 6 o'clock. So that's really nice to know if you're not familiar with downtown. And there is a lot of parking garages that are downtown and parking spaces. So parking is really not an issue. It's just being able to come down here. And then once you're down here, there's a lot of restaurants there. There's so much food that you don't anticipate is down here until you get down here and you're like, oh, wow, there's really good artisan's table. There's cucina, there's tacos. There's so much good food down here. So I think if you want to make a day of it and see some theater, go have lunch at one of the local restaurants and then come on back and see another show or have a nightcap and have a drink. I think that's really valuable in downtown.
Yeah. That kind of leads into my next question. Do you guys have, because I know there's the beer tent at the main Lock Haven Park, I think. Yeah. And all of that, food vendors. Are you going to have any of that in the Fringe ArtSpace or for the Winter MiniFest at all?
We will have our bar open. So that will be there inside the space. And then the food options, there will be like some snacky stuff over at the bar, but otherwise we want our audiences to patronize the restaurants on Church Street.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a whole collaborative, creative effort. I love it.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. And then I read online, obviously you have the buttons and then you can buy the tickets separately. But the buttons are less than the typical button. Is that correct?
They're only $3. So they're little mini buttons. They're only $3. And that gets you into any show with the purchase of a ticket as well. So you only need to do the button purchase one time.
Okay. And what would you say to someone who maybe hasn't been to Fringe or hasn't been to Fringe in a while? Like what, it can be overwhelming, all of the options, and MiniFest is obviously a bit less than the actual Fringe, but how would you recommend someone go about seeing shows?
I think if you like a lot of different types of genres of shows, truly roll the dice. This is a curated festival again, so it really is like the best of the best from all over. We have international artists coming in from Canada and Germany. It's really a great opportunity to try something new. And that's what the heart of Fringe is trying something new and taking chances on different types of art. So this is the perfect place to do that, all in the same building.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, perfect. Those were all of my, pre-written questions and all of that, unless you guys had anything else to add about the MiniFest or the ArtSpace, whatever. Anything?
We do have the Kids Fringe programming, which will happen on the Saturday, which is free.
Okay.
There is like one $5 show, but like the majority of activities is free.
Okay.
And then Visual Fringe, we will have every night of the festival. There's like an art market, which will be in like the main lobby of the theater too, where different Visual Fringe artists can sell their work.
Okay. That's amazing. So people can buy and then people can sell.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that was it. Did you have anything else to add as well?
I would say too, we have our grand opening bash on the 11th of the ArtSpace, and that's completely free to come have a drink, check out the space, check out the 2 theaters. We have 2 teaser shows, so you can check out little snippets of each show that's going to be in the festival. So if you're like, I don't know, that's a great starting point, because then you get to be like, oh, I like that. That sounds interesting. So yeah, on January 11th at 5:30, we have the grand opening of ArtSpace.
Okay. And what shows are they? Because I don't know if I saw that. The teaser shows.
It's all of our shows. So each artist gets 1 minute to promote their show. So it's a teaser of the entire festival.
Oh, okay. That's amazing, because I thought it was just 2 shows and I'm like, how did you narrow it down? Okay.
Oh, no. It's funny because they normally get 2 minutes from the May festival, because it's Winter MiniFest, we only give them 1 minute. We're like, now we're going to chop it in half. It's a mini festival.
Yes, exactly. Just go really, really fast. Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both so much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I was also emailing with, I think Eileen is her name. And she was asking me if I could let you guys know when it airs and, you know, when I have it online and stuff like that. And I'll definitely be in touch and email you both back.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.